Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
This is your Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, October the 15th. And before I forget it, let me remind you of WeatherFest today at the McWane Center from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Lots of weather activities, and we hope to see you there. If you're a weather enthusiast, have an interest in weather, there is a lot of activities for you down there. All right, let's take a look around the state. There's the shot at 5 a.m. at Montgomery, and certainly a beautiful morning down that way. And how about the Shrimp Festival? We're zoomed in on the Shrimp Festival at Gulf Shores, and lots of activity will be going on down there, so check on that Skycam later today. At the surface, we're dealing with a fairly substantial high-pressure system, but we also have a weak cold front moving through the Mid-South area. It looks like it will come through maybe with a few clouds, but I doubt that we'll see more than that, with moisture somewhat limited. In the upper atmosphere, of course, our cooler weather is thanks to a slight northwesterly flow, but it's going to get even chillier than you see here as we get into the middle part of the week. And temperatures across the area this morning range from the mid-40s up in the northeast part of the state to generally the lower 50s across much of central Alabama. And we're going to be seeing some chillier temperatures at midweek and toward the latter part of the week. QPF kind of tells the story. The question of whether or not we will get rain on Tuesday is just that. There are some model differences, which we'll mention here in a moment. But whatever precipitation we get is likely to be pretty limited. No organized severe thunderstorms forecast by the Storm Prediction Center. And as we look at the National Hurricane Center's outlook for the tropical Atlantic, we can see two areas that they're watching, neither of which is likely to become anything soon. All right, we're dealing with the zero-Z model run this morning, so we're off just a little bit on some of these things as far as their actual times. For today, though, the surface high is moving in, and that is going to keep us in great weather, lower humidities, and just beautiful weather. As we look at the 500 millibar chart for tomorrow morning, we can see that indeed the northwesterly flow is going to dampen out a little bit, which is going to allow us to see some lower and mid-80s for much of the first part of the week. By Monday at 12Z, Monday morning, we're now watching the development of a pretty strong trough in the northern Rockies, and that trough should dig in come Tuesday morning, and you can see that trough doing just that. Now, Tuesday's going to be the day in question, and when we look at the surface map, there's some differences between the GFS and the European, and indeed the primary difference has to do with exactly when they bring the front through here. If the front comes through later in the day, then we have a little better chance with some afternoon heating to destabilize the atmosphere and bring us some showers or perhaps even a thunderstorm. I think the better chance for rain is going to come near the Alabama-Georgia line. All right, we'll move on to Wednesday morning, and boy, does that trough dig in. And forget the northwesterly flow. Look at that northerly fetch coming from, central Canada all the way down into the lower Mississippi River Valley, and of course that will push everything off to the east, and we'll see some much colder air. As a matter of fact, look at those thickness values. That blue line is the 540 line, the 540 line digging down to nearly Shreveport and Texarkana. The northwesterly and northerly flow continues with a nice closed low now over the eastern part of the country, and that is Thursday morning. By Friday morning, the whole system has dampened out, but we do have a little short wave moving through Missouri, and again, that's going to be starved for moisture, so while we may see a few clouds, I doubt that we'll see any rain with that particular system. By Saturday Saturday morning, that little short wave is now on the mid-Atlantic states, and we're seeing another trough dig into the western Great Lakes area. And that one probably will give us, once again, the possibility for maybe a few clouds, but it doesn't look like that will be of any significance. Advancing out into the future just a little bit, wow, look at that, another deep trough forecast around the 25th of October, so looks like we may have another little bit of a shot at some chillier air, but of course, with this pattern right now, we would warm up quite a bit and the potential for some rain at the latter part of October, and then we get close to Halloween, And look at that. Whoa-wee. Not a whole lot to deal with. The high amplitudes of the pattern have all changed. But remember, this is what James refers to as voodoo, so I wouldn't put a lot of faith in it. Well, thanks for tuning into the Weather Xtreme video. Remember, WeatherFest and the National Weather Association's National Conference starts with the broadcast sessions at the Winfrey Hotel on Sunday. So if you are a real weather enthusiast, you might come by and register for that conference. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day and Godspeed.